What is up? I'm Swall Dog. I like to build cool stuff. Today, we're back working on the MegaCab. Got to do some maintenance on it. It needs an oil change, it needs a fuel filter change, and I need to get it a little bit cleaned up because, I hate to even say it, but we are gonna list the MegaCab for sale, unfortunately. We've had the wife's old Tahoe up for sale for about a month and a half. I've dropped the price twice on it already, and it is just not selling. I don't know, maybe it's just a bad time to sell vehicles, or maybe it's because the Tahoe has CNG and gas, and that kind of puts people off. Got too many vehicles. I'm gonna throw the MegaCab up for sale. I'm gonna do some stuff on it. I'm gonna throw it up for sale and just see, leave them both up for sale and see which one sells first. I've still got the second gen. I still have a truck that I can use. The Tahoe obviously is a good vehicle. If it needs to tow the trailer, it can tow the trailer. I mean, not as good as the diesels. Plus, I can drive the Tahoe back and forth to work, run it on some CNG, save some coin, maybe buy some Jeep parts, we don't know. And I'll still have the silver truck, which, to be honest with you, I would love to drive the silver truck all the time because I love that truck and I love driving that truck, but it doesn't have as many of the, you know, little creature comforts as the MegaCab. I mean, it's a manual, which is super fun to drive, but it's also kind of a pain sometimes too. It's actually not too bad because I got the air suspension on the front. I need to finish the air suspension on the rear, and the thing will freak it, and I need to get the shocks tuned because once I put those swayaways are super stiff on the front of the silver truck. It rode way better when I just had some like Rancho 9000s or 5000s on the front of it, and then when I put those swayaways, it started riding way rougher on the front because they need to be tuned. But anyways, enough of that. We're working on the MegaCab. That's what's happening today. So oil change, fuel filter change, a little bit of cleanup. Let's get it started. Okay, I picked the worst day to do this because it's so windy and it's making, look at that. I don't know if you can see that. The wind blows, it's stupid. Anyways, oil's drained, filter's out. I usually run the Fleet Guard filter. I mean, Fleet Guard's owned by Cummins, and so that's what I normally run. But I didn't have time. I normally order them online, but I didn't have time. And so I just ran down to Checker and picked up the Mobile 1. So that's what I'm gonna run this time. I've got this right here. It's a cap that fits on this oil filter. So, because when you have to pull the filter out right here, it's a huge, like, it just makes a mess. Like, who designs it like this, you know? So you can buy this cap and it screws on. And so you drop the filter and then you screw it on and then you can pull it out like you just saw, and it's like, it's good. This thing's filled with oil and it won't leak out. So that's nice for not making a mess. Normally I'll prime the filter, like I'll put oil in the filter and then put it back up. This, you can do it with this too. Like you prime it, screw that thing on, put it up there, unscrew it. So it's a little bit more of a pain than just sliding this in without it, but it works. So let's get to it. Okay, got it. That's still a pain though. The freaking, I mean, this thing's nice because it doesn't make a mess, but it's a pretty snug fit on the filter. You're reaching in here and like, there's barely enough room. Fitting two hands in here, one to hold the filter while you unscrew this guy from the top is such a pain in that little teeny hole. Because dude, you're like barely reaching like this to fit in here, you know? So maybe there's an easier way to do it, but it works. Now we'll just fill it up with oil, and then we got to change the fuel filter too. We've got our Cat fuel filter right down in here, Black Market Performance. So spin that off, change the fuel filter. Let's do it. that sucker's tight. Who put this on? My freaking tripod here is only a bipod because one broke off in Sand Hollow. What am I doing here? What am I even doing here? Okay, that's gonna have to work, you guys. I'm sorry. I gotta get a new one of these little mini tripods, but I got it. I had to put the handle like high up on the filter, and then I had to get down low like this so I could get a good pull on it. But what I was saying is, I think if I had one of those filters, I have a couple of them, but they're a different size. They don't have the handle on it. They have the hex for like for a ratchet. Then I could put an extension on and get it up here and get some better leverage. I think would be probably ideal for changing this down, way down in there. Possibly maybe getting it from the back, but I don't know. I don't think that would be any easier. But let's get it, we got it loose. Let's see how big of a mess we're gonna make pulling this off. Oh man. Yep, she's leaking. Let's get a rag down there or something. Can't remember how big of a mess this sucker makes, but yeah, she's full. Should have brought another rag because it's gonna drip. Look at that sucker, full, which makes sense. Of course, this sucker's gonna be full to the brim with a little bit of pressure. Put a little bit of lube on that O-ring. Spin the new one on. You only want these hand tight. You can't even see. I'm sure you're just love looking at my sweater. Like, you're not supposed to tighten it up with the wrench. I'm sure you're all saying, well, dude, that's because that's how tight it was last time. Like, you're gonna over tighten it. Look, I'm just snugging it up. I don't know what happened last time. I'm gonna put on hundreds of filters, so I think we're gonna be okay here.
Joe, I think it's gonna be okay.
What makes you think that?
Who knows where thoughts come from? They just appear. Mm-hmm. What a moron.
I just don't have the hand strength or the leverage to really snug this sucker up with my hands. I'll just give it a little snug with the wrench, just barely, you know. I don't want to over tighten it, otherwise you're gonna be fighting it like the one I just did. But I actually don't even think it was that tight. I think it's just the angle of the dangle. Okay, filter's changed, oil's changed. I'm gonna prime it a couple of times. Let's just see if it goes. It's running. Let's check for leaks. Oh, and oil pressure. Oil pressure's good. I need to reset the trip odometer or the whatever it is for the oil filter and fuel filter. That's from no leaks. No leaks. Okay, let's see if I can remember how to reset the trip out of the... Like, all the vehicles are different. There we go. Hold to change. Oh my gosh, it's gotta be off. That's Okay. Bam. Okay. Fuel filter. Bam. There we go. All right. Done. I'm gonna grease the upper and lower ball joints, the Carli ones. I already did a video on that. And then we're out of time to clean, so we'll probably be cleaning tomorrow.
3 days later.
Okay, update. It's been a few days. I got the truck. Well, I started cleaning the truck. I got the outside all cleaned. I got the engine bay clean. Let me show you. I cleaned the floor mats, but then I had to go to work. I started cleaning the inside. Like I said, and then I had to go to work, so then I got all dirty again. Let me show you. Oh, it's heavy because of the snow. Pretty dang clean in there. So I started getting the truck clean. Had an idea. We're driving past Hoskins Trucks, where I originally bought this truck. They have really good deals on diesel trucks. That's kind of what they specialize in, and they're just up the street from us, so that's super nice. I thought, what if the plan was to sell the truck and then I would just drive the Tahoe and then we would get a new truck or a newer truck later on. It'd be nice to have a Laramie, but I could do a leather kit in it, like a cat skin or something, or try to find a Laramie interior. But I thought, hey, what if we stop by Hoskins Trucks, trade in the truck and the Tahoe, and get a newer truck. That way we get rid of both of them, don't have to worry about selling them, and get a newer truck. Stop by Hoskins Trucks. Dudes there are super cool. If you're in the area or not in the area, if you're looking for a truck, go hit them up. I mean, I think they cycle through trucks pretty quick. Talking to them in the past, that's kind of their thing. They'll sell them for cheap so they don't hang on to them for a long time. When I stopped by there, they didn't have anything that I was like dying over, that I was in love with. I mean, obviously that can change super quick, but they did have two white trucks, 4-door long beds, so not MegaCabs, but 4-door long beds. They were both white, and one was deleted, one was not. I think one was a 2019, one was a 2021. They both looked good. They both looked good. I mean, leveled with, you know, wheels and tires and stuff. The only downfall was they were both tradesman edition, so super basic interior. But I was like, well, maybe I could pick one up, update the interior, put a new stereo in it, do a cat skin kit. Then it's like, well, that's kind of the same boat I'm in now, except they both had obviously a lot lower miles. To be honest with you, the price of trucks right now, they were expensive. And I mean, we didn't talk about too many specifics, but for the Tahoe at least, they're not going to sell the Tahoe. They're just going to send it to auction. Basic trade-in value. Caden was like, dude, if the Tahoe, he's like, you're better off to sell the Tahoe private sale. It's clean, it's paid off, you don't owe anything on it. You're better just to kind of sit on it and try to sell it. And then in a strange turn of events, someone actually was pretty interested in buying the Tahoe. Because I was getting people messaging me, but no one seemed that serious. Anyways, this dude seemed serious, came down, looked at it the other day, and it's good. He wants it. And so we already spoke with the bank, so he's actually coming down today, and he's already got the check from the bank, so he's gonna come pick it up. We'll give him the Tahoe, the title, hook up to the check, and that'll be it. So we'll be staying in the MegaCab, which is great because I love the MegaCab, but which is also great because it's gonna free up some space in the garage to get some other projects going on. Now I just need to move the MegaCab, get the Tahoe out, put the spare tire in it. Let's get it. I know it's Utah. Oh. I know it's Utah. So it doesn't surprise me, but why is it so cold? Look, 42, super swamper. But we're almost to April. Easter's next weekend, and I'm not going to Moab, unfortunately. But it was so nice last week, and now it's snowing. Let's get this out of the way. Let it warm up for a second. Double check. Honestly, I miss the Tahoe. good ride. Let's find a bag for this tire. We'll set it in the back. All right, got a spare tire in. Is that gonna close? Yep. I'm gonna miss the Tahoe. Ah, she was a good ride, but you know, it's better because I already looked in there. Because if I kept it, we'd have to run it and not run it into the ground, but we'd have to drive it until there's nothing left. Because honestly, because it's getting close to 200,000, and so if I started driving it, I'd be putting a lot of miles on it. The CNG tanks, I think they still have like 9 years left before the tanks expire. I guess there's not a safety inspection anymore, but it's still required. Anyways, it's just harder. It would get harder to sell, and we'd basically sell it for nothing if I drove it for a few years. So it's probably good. But on the flip, got all this room for activities. Yeah. Woo. Gonna have to get some stuff happening, like we gotta get this green truck torn apart, get the motor out of it, start on some other Jeep projects. Gonna miss the Tahoe though. Gonna miss the Tahoe. I think my wife's a little bit sad about getting rid of the Tahoe. She really liked the Tahoe. You know what? She really liked her Grand Cherokee before that, and as much as she's not that sentimental of a person when it comes to like items or objects, and she always gives me a hard time about not selling the silver truck, even though I never drive it. I can't part with it. I mean, look at this beauty. Look at this beauty. Plus, there's just too much work done to it that, number one, I don't want to get rid of it because all the work all the stuff that I've done to it. But also, because of the stuff that I've done to it, I'd feel bad selling it because no one would know how to work on it. Custom Dana 80 front end, like no one's gonna know how to work on that. I think she is a little sentimental because we were actually gonna meet the guy. We were gonna drive up to Logan and meet the guy to give him the Tahoe today. We wanted to drive it up there like one last time to drive it. So I think she is a little sentimental about vehicles sometimes. You know what, that's gonna wrap it up for this. I don't know what else to say about this video except that we got some room, got some new projects going on. It's gonna be awesome. So if you enjoyed it, subscribe to see the other projects that we got going on. Hopefully some more off-road stuff. And until next time, be awesome and go build something cool. Later. See you later, Tahoe.